Hey, yo, let's get into it. It is April 6th, 2026, coming to you live from Nashville, Tennessee, on the east side. This is your host, Xander, and we're talking the best time of the year. Jim Nance. Hello, friends. It's Masters Week. It's finally here. Just missed on the Valero coming into this week. Contender all the way down to the final hole. We'll barely recap that. Talk a little bit about the national championship since it's going to be released 50 minutes before tip. Who cares? Everyone's already got their bets in. And then we'll talk King of the Court, wide open for the second to last King of the Court, our favorite market. There's also a King of the Course this week. 2 KOTCs this week. Get fired up, folks. Uh, and yeah, short, sweet, simple. 4 topics. Let's get into it. JJ wins. Valero goes birdie, eagle, par. Final 3 holes. Absolute dumpster fire of a tournament for us that had Bobby Mack. Got out to a huge lead. Got out to a 4-shot lead and then 6 or 7 over third place going into the weekend. Some very inclement weather led to all of Saturday being washed for the leaders. So Bobby Mack and Oberg had to play 30 holes, I think. Yeah, 30. Ridiculous. McIntyre was at 14 under going into the weekend, and he never left 14 under. He was at 14 under going into the 71st hole, or 71st hole. Eagles it, get to 16. Terrible drop from the stands, TIO, into the mud pit, muddiest of mud pits you've ever seen. And little Jar Jar survives and gets another win. Very annoying Hobbit. Just ugly tournament. Just washed away by weather. Some players came up short, but were already in the tournament. I mean, Michael Kim. Yeah, Putnam would have punched his ticket. Other than that, no one else was really in contention that isn't already here at the Masters. Michael Kim, JJ, and Bobby Mack on the property already. Other than that, got kind of boat raced. 2 of our biggest matchup bets were against old JJ. Tough to beat someone that doesn't have anyone in front of him. And then first round leader just missed. Finau with a utter collapse on Sunday, 6 over. 1 point he was in third place on Saturday. So at least maybe 110 to 1 3 ways. Yeah, Finau masterless this year. Sad. And then we had Smotherman top 10. Fell apart on Sunday. He was almost our first round leader. Fell apart down the stretch. Just an ass whooping in Texas. Still puts us at plus 103 units on the season, and we're entering Masters Week. I mean, you're taking that 100 times out of 10. Up 100 units going into April and Masters Week? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. National Championship is here. So, yeah, wrapping up. Good for JJ, I guess. National Championship. So, Michigan absolutely rolls. And, I mean, this Arizona team, everyone was saying was the best team in a decade. Got mollywopped. At the end of the day, it comes down to no matter how good you are, you just can't be one-dimensional. And Arizona was notoriously the worst three-pointing, I guess, least three-point shooting team in the country. And what was everyone's biggest question? What will happen if they get down big? And boy, did they get down big. Never had a chance. And then UConn, Illinois, good game, but UConn just held them at bay the entire second half. Got it to 14 with like 5 minutes to go. Then Illinois never really took any sort of full punch at them. UConn, really good, really, really good. But I don't think this is Hurley's team. Like his 2 national championships were just absolute dog wreckers, just like monsters. Now the shoe's on the other foot. Like Michigan is the team that Hurley had with like Klingon. Like they should boat race them tonight. Now, the way that the college basketball national championship never makes sense to me. Like the semifinals should be on Thursday. Like it is crazy that Saturday night was the games, and now like the biggest game of the season is less than 48-hour turnaround. That is so insane. And like the variability and the rest and yikes. So we'll see. Obviously, big news. Yaxel Lendenberg got banged up. Said he's playing no matter what. So just going to see how productive he is. I got Michigan in this. I obviously have been talking about my Michigan future. We've got Michigan future with Scotty for 17-1. Got Michigan futures with a couple other golfers that we have that we're going to talk about coming up here. And they're just a very well put together team. Architect of this team in Dusty May as the coach. I mean, what can you say? They've been beating the piss out of every team this season. Shocking they have 2 losses, but tough to be perfect. Mara with like 26 points last game. Expect Michigan to win. Would be shocked. Would be shocked. Would take a real egg. And Cadeau just playing really well. Even going 5 for 16 in the Final Four. Still had 11 assists. All right. King of the court, baby. King of the court. King of the court. King of the court. What would it be? 4-7? King of the court 4-7. Let's look at the NBA schedule. For April 7th. Coming up here. All right. Share my screen. Always works well. NBA schedule. Got to zoom in on that for you. Nope. This one, dumbass. Just talking shit to the producer, aka me. All right. So, a couple things. No Jokic, and then obviously the Luka news. No Luka. So Luka took King of the Court last week. Paolo was not close. We took Paolo. Not close. There's a full slate of games. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games tomorrow. Some stinkers like Bulls, Wizards, Timberwolves, Pacers. Anthony Edwards could be a problem here. Wow, there's a fucking NBA game tomorrow night in Indy. Quick turnaround. Bucks Nets. Holy shit, that's a terrible game. Ryan Rollins last week though for us Toledo. Stand up. I think Rollins was like 4th in King of the Court. Man, can't imagine what that would look like. Rollins probably. It was only $1 million last week. Imagine it'll be 1 or 2 this week. He's got to be. That'd be like a $5,000 hit. That'd have to be. Heat, Raptors, Celtics, Hornets. Very interesting. Hornets move at a slower pace though, and definitely want to win these games down the stretch. Kings, Warriors, yuck. Jazz, Pelicans, yuck. Thunder, Lakers was going to be sick. Now it should be an absolute trouncing. That's tough. Mavs, Clippers, Kawhi could be a problem. Durant doesn't play enough. Booker could be a look. Booker at home versus the Rockets could be a look. All right. Solid. So 3 guys I'm going to look at for King of the Court. Devin Booker. We're going to look at Jaylen Brown. And then we're going to look at either Ryan Rollins or Anthony Edwards. And it's probably going to be the most tipped, I imagine. Yeah. Should we go with Bam again? Yeah. Jaylen Brown. Yeah. No one on the Thunder. They're not going to play enough. Yeah. I think that's it. Those would be the 4 guys I'm looking to target. So exciting. Try and get that extra. Man, hitting that right before the Masters week would be a true godsend. That would be huge. Any of those guys I named besides Anthony Edwards are getting you over $500 in bonus bets for the Masters. Play King of the Court. All right. Let's do it. It's Masters week. Here's what Gemini thinks I'd look like on the grounds while I set this up. Oh my God. Just a slob with the hair department there. Give me a little more credit, Gemini. What the fuck are we doing? All right. Let's see. Rick Run Good. Show me your models. And I ain't talking Sports Illustrated. Oh, I got to sign in. Don't see my secret password. Logging in. What the fuck? I got to do math to log in? Okay, here we go. Course key stats. Does he have it pulled up for the Masters? Yes, he does. There it is. Okay. Let's share the screen. Augusta National. Supposed to be beautiful this week. Absolutely stunning. No rain in the forecast is what you love to see. Absolutely love to see. Course key stats. Let me pull it up for you here. And let's zoom in on these boys. All right. So scrambling is going to be key here. Obviously, firm, fast greens. Could see some trampolition effect. Trampoline effect. Did I just make up a word? Trampolition? All right. Trampoline effect. Scrambling is going to be huge here. Obviously, this course is maybe the number 1 course for course history. Like, knowing what to do around these greens and knowing how to read these greens is so unbelievably huge for success. It looks like greens in regulation, birdie or better percentage, birdie average. You're going to make bogeys out here, so you got to make birdies to make up for it. 4 par 5s, par 72. Approach is going to be huge. Birdie to bogey. Tee to green will be huge, obviously. Let's see. Scoring average on par 4s. Definitely. 3-putt avoidance. All right, now where's my ball speed at? There it is. Probably in the miscellaneous, it's probably the most important. You don't want big drivers here because you need shorter irons and wedges to be able to control, like we were talking about. So guys like Brian Harmon, they're just not going to fare well here. Kuchar doesn't play here anymore. Guys like him. Now my long shot, Gary Woodland. What a magical season that would be. Back in the winner's circle after 7 years, and then gets his second major. Gary's touching 190 ball speed. All right. Obviously, we got Oberg and Scheffler up top for course fit. Yeah, look at here. How much it matters hitting this green. At Augusta, better. You're going to want to hit the green 60% of the time. The tour average is 43% of the time. Big names win here, obviously. Rory, Scotty, Rahm, Scheffler. Could you get me the holes, please? No, I guess not. Yeah, it's like a weird. I think last year was like the first full shot length allowed. So it's going to be spotty. So with what we know and the course conditions that we know, let's just build a custom model real quick. Hopefully. And this course is not 6,400 yards. Rick. All right. Nope. Zoom in. All right. So what we're going to want to do, definitely weighted, tougher track. Just about everyone in here is going to be not really changed, but don't need any amateurs popping up top. Okay. Approach, it's big. 12. What do we say? Tee to green? Big. We'll get putting in a different angle. So radar, I want to see ball speed. I just want to see it in the model. Want to see it up there. Scoring, we want birdie or better percentage. And that's round 4. Okay. Driving, I guess we could do driving distance. Approach, we definitely want GIR, as we saw. Then greens gained will be somewhat big. All right, around the green, scrambling's pretty huge. And then putting. All right. Fast greens. Let's just go 7. And then bonus putting, which is made from. So we'll just add a small amount there. And then we'll also add, for now, approach putt performance. 3-putt avoidance is going to be so huge for this track. So we have 5 more. Yeah, and let's go strokes gained par 4. Perfect. Now we're going to do, as always, recent form. So the last 28 rounds. And where does that leave us? Ooh. A couple of our guys are up here, and we'll call them out. Like we say every week, there's valuable information here in a lot of the, I want to say, top 30 guys. So just firing off the first guy you see, it's not necessarily the best strategy. Got to dig into those numbers. I mean, it's actually very rare that the guy that pops number 1 in your model is going to win that week. Now, usually this is a Scotty Scheffler type guy, just pops in every model. But Obviously, with this season, it's kind of shown off a little differently. Now he's tumbled all the way down to 5th on the model. The guy is dog shit. No. All right. Oberg, Rory, Fitzpatrick, Schauffele, Scheffler. There's going to be a lot of talk this week. Rest versus rust. Not really something we've seen in a long time, because a couple years ago, the match play event used to be 2 weeks before the Masters. So it'd be match play, Valero, Masters. So all the big guys would play in that event. So they'd have at least some sort of momentum or some play going in competitive rounds. Now with the live fracture, now with the match play gone, it goes Houston Valero. And so Scotty hasn't played in 3+ weeks. Roy hasn't played in 3+ weeks. Rahm, Bryson haven't played in 3+ weeks. Xander played at Houston. Oh, no, he didn't. Actually, yeah, Xander played at the Valspar last. And yeah, same with Fitzpatrick. Obviously, Oberg just played last week. Cam Young hasn't played since the Players. Morikawa hasn't played since the Players. Goddard played at Valspar, I want to say. No, he played at Houston. Right? When did you play last, Goddard? Anyway, I'm pulling him up because he is someone that I'm eyeing, even though he's a debutante. Yeah, he did play at Houston. Okay, yeah. So, and then Akshay, of course, traveled across the world to play in the Indian Open. Hero, whatever, crashed out, miscut, I think, going all the way over there after starting out super hot. Yeah, miscut. Probably good on him to start out really hot and then just kind of let's pick up some bogeys and get out of here a couple days early. Got the Masters to prepare for. But before that, his last round was the Players. So let's take a look here. Obviously, a lot of big names up top for the stats that we put in. So let's cut it off right at 25. Connors is our breaking point here. You look at a lot of these guys up top, and they are popping in a lot of the same categories. Putting is going to be huge, and that's where some of these guys are going to fault. I've got my card made up already, so we can, I'll flash it for viewing purposes at the end, but we can just talk through it on some of these guys that I already have made. Xander, like he can make those putts for you. His ball speed is up there, so he can drive it. He could scramble his ass off, and then this is where I'm worried: birdie or better percentage. Like as we've seen with times in the last couple of weeks at some of the bigger tournaments, he's gotten into this par train where it could be, he could shoot a bogey-free round, but he's 1 under. Like he has not been taking advantage of birdie holes as much, but he's obviously been in contention and playing well. So I like him this week because of his ability to not steer too far away from the mean and not be one of those extremely volatile golfers. Always just kind of in contention, but you need to see him kind of pounce on a few more opportunities. He's the first guy I looked at. Next guy is just a few more down. He's in 9. Got her up. This is the only debutante on the card. Pretty against taking first timers in Augusta. But if there's a guy that's going to break the 47-year drought since a debutante is won at Augusta, it's got to be Up, right? The dude has won 4 times, and this is his first time at Augusta. How crazy is that? Like, since we last were here, Chris Gotterup has 4 wins. That's Scotty-esque. Like, he is winning at a clip that is, if repeatable, superstar level. He's got the power. When we look at Goddard, it comes down to putting, similar to Xander, and then fast greens. That's not a good sign for fast greens here. You know, we've got the full strokes gain round. He's top 30 in most of these categories. This is all field wide. This is not like tour wide. This is all promising. Tee to green, huge. Approach, huge. Scrambling, 19th. That's what you love to see. It's just the putting that it's going to come down to. He's a guy that's just very confident, just like Brooks, with his putting. So that means the biggest problem with Brooks, if you've been a backer of his, is that he's a center of the cup guy. And for a guy that has putting has been his biggest crutch in the time since he's won last major, you don't want to blow the ball by 5 feet. You don't want a longer putt coming back. And that's what he's known for. That's where these 3 putts from 5 feet come from. So it's annoying. That's drop shots that are completely unnecessary. But when on, obviously pays dividends. 5-time major winner. All right, next up, two more down, Akshay. So I like seeing this. I made a different model last night, also on eye test. So I like making this model with a few different alterations and seeing all the guys that I already have. Birdie or better, he's going to pour them in. You know we're trusting putting with Akshay. Top 30. Like he's not straying away from much. Would like a little more distance, but what are we begging for a few more yards here? With how firm and fast it's going to be. Should be good. Just keep it in play. All right, that's our third. We have 5. Let's see. Is our guy going to make the cut before Connors? No, he is not. But I have a feeling it's because he doesn't have many rounds to show. Look at all these guys in this window. Fuck, where the hell is he? Let's make sure I didn't pass. Well, we talked about Brooks. Do have Brooks from a few weeks ago, and then he's kind of fallen off and just now has lost the driver. And that's not good when you're also not putting well. So him not scrambling well is not ideal, but he is striking his irons tremendously well. 11th in approach, strokes gained. Yeah. So Brooks, I wouldn't buy any more on him if I didn't already have it from weeks ago. Brooks, and where are the other 2 guys here? This is concerning. Didn't pop like this in the other models. Where the hell are they? Oh, there he is, Patrick Reed. Oh, okay. Well, that's not bad. It's just not showing up really. 16th in strokes gained fast green. 8th strokes gained par 4. We saw that was a key contributor and, of course, key stats. He's positive in approach game and tee to green. Yeah, this is just lack of statistics. He's got 2 wins already since leaving Live, going to the DP World Tour. Fields with Rory. Patrick Reed's on one of our cards, or on my card. Oh, none of these guys, luckily. Although Sung Jae, comparative to what he has been doing, I wonder if we get a Sung Jae last 12 rounds, if he would pop significantly higher than his 71 spot there. We'll plug that in a second after we look at where our guy is here. Okay, and here's our last guy. And respectively, longest shot. We talked about it. It's Gary Woodland. Popping 53rd. Well, technically, I think there was a little. Or no. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's right in the top 50 because these amateurs have no stats to show. So Woodland, he's been improving, obviously. Last time we saw him, course record win, can pummel the ball right at 320. Scrambling's going to be a problem. He looked really good putting, but where we're going to see issues is 3-putt avoidance. And it says approach putting is 25th in the field. That makes me feel a little better. He's not gaining many putts when we need it. On the bonus putting. So we're going to be relying a lot on just bombing it, needing it to be in the fairway, which he was very consistently doing in Texas. All right, let's change a couple things here. Let's look at very recent. Let's look at last 12 rounds and see who's really coming in hot. Yeah, see here, Gary is really popping. Birdie or better the last 12 rounds. See, this is kind of what you need to take into consideration here. Overlap of who's continued it from a longevity standpoint. And then we need also who is just coming in an absolute scorcher. And that means guys that have played in the last 2 weeks. So guys like Woodland, guys like Oberg. But let's be honest, Oberg's not winning. His close ratio right now is 0, and it's not looking like it's improving. Him and a few other guys. Him, Minwoo, this season. Lowry. Fuck. Who else kind of falling back on Sundays? Oh, Thor Bjornsson. Just not going to get it done. They're not doing. All right. Let's see if my theory. No, Sungjae is not popping. Interesting. Wow, he's still way down here? Even in the last 12? Okay. Kind of liked him for first round leader, but his only real contention was the fall. I don't know. Might have to peel him off. Yeah, Reed. This is bullshit statistics here. Bullshit fading of Reed. All right. So there we have the Rick Run Good model. Let's real quick look at the BetSperts model and look at a different. Let's see, share this tab and look at the model that I created. So, great model. We'll go to Masters Recent Form. Share this tab. This is all last 24 rounds. So we got tee to green, approach, putting, 3-putt avoidance, bogey avoidance, GIR, par 4 average, total driving, inside 10 feet putts. See a lot of the similar names. Now, Knapp's one that really stuck out to me. Guy mashes the ball, can get home in 2 on every par 5, extremely easy. He's best par 5 player in the last 18 months on tour. So, I mean, that gets you, let's just say conservatively, 11 under. The last 4 years, 11 under has been good enough to win. Now, can he play even on the remaining 56 holes? That's where you have to think maybe you get to 14 under on the par 5s and then hope that you're only 1 or 2 over on the par 3s and hope you can be +1 or somehow even on the par fours. So Knapp might be the last person added to my card. He's going to be first round leader for me. We're going to attempt to chase down some par fives. Love it. Yeah, a couple of our other guys. Xander's there. We want to find some key indicators. And then, interesting enough, Berger is a name that really sticks out to me. Of like last time we saw him, he couldn't finish, but he's just striking the ball so fucking well. Look at that, second on tour in ball striking. And if he can find a way to putt, he's going to be a problem. This is a guy that's been to Augusta multiple times, really trying to figure it out. People have said, so you're going to see on Twitter, this is another word of the wise here. Just avoid all the past Masters winners stats to know. The only thing you need to know is debutantes don't win and big players win the green jacket. You can really narrow down a lot with that information. Trust me. Because you're going to find a stat that's going to tell you the last 10 of, or the last 13 of 14, the last 10 of 10. You're going to be able to eliminate everyone in the field. Everyone thinks they found these cute little stats. Saw someone, the last eight winners have had like 0.3, 0.4 gain strokes on the season. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? How is 0.34 or something, whatever, was quoted? How is that a benchmark that we can actually measure? So be careful there. Let's actually build one from the rabbit hole. So we can, sorry, we got it. It's a little clunky when it comes to making this. So let's build something where we can see course fit, see 5 years, and just see players that are extremely good at putting, extremely good scoring on tough courses. Like, let's see here, course conditions. Or I guess, what should we? Yeah, would conditions be how they define tough course? Let's take a look here. Long course conditions, difficult. Sounds good to me. All right. Let's go difficult. And then green speeds, fast. Boom. Apply. Right there. Strokes gained total. Got your big dogs. Max Homa pops. Can he stay off the tee? We shall see. Corey Connors, Victor, low amateur here before. Obviously, your big dogs are just going to be up top. But let's drill down. Enhance. Let's drill down even further. So we got strokes gained. Let's go putting. Approach putting. Let's go 3-putt avoidance. Approach putting. Let's go scoring. We want to see the birdie or better. We want to see bogey avoidance. But we're not really going to get it that much. On the approach, we want to see greens and regulation. And yeah, that's good there. This is more of a miscellaneous. Yeah, we want to see ball speed or club head speed. And what else we got? Oh, par 4 efficiency. Let's see. Strokes gained par 4. Do we want par 4 birdie or better? No, that's fine. And then around the green, we need scrambling. So let's see. Now let's create this model. There we go. Masters fast. All right, 3-putt avoidance 12. Approach 10. Nope. Thank you. Birdie or better 10. Bogey avoidance 8. Greens in regulation 15. Club head speed 5. Strokes gained par 4 12. Ooh. 15. All right, maybe let's add one more statistic in there. Oh, let's get driving distance. Should we? Or total driving? Let's get driving distance in there. Along with club head speed. I know it might be a little repetitive. Refresh that. 10. All right, let's see this mutant that we created here. Show us what you got, and then we'll head out of here. Oh. Masters fast. All right. Mutant Scotty Scheffler. It's covering all 5 years. Ludwig. DJ up there even. Man, he's fallen off so much. Wyndham. God, I just don't know. 3-putt avoidant. Yeah. Avoids the 3 putts. Xander once again sticking out. It's a good sign. Nap pops up again. Might have to rip Nap. Homa's not getting right here. Homa fits so well for this course, but you just don't get right at the Masters. There's Sungjae. There's Sungjae popping on this model, which is huge for any first round leaders. Sam Burns is a name that isn't getting talked a lot. Obviously, Justin Rose, he's had 5 first round leaders and ties. Obviously, ran away with it last year. Insane. So, all right. Let's see. Yeah, got to stay away. Kind of like Zach Johnson, though, with that putting on how firm it's going to be. He's going to be able to get some distance added. How short he is off the tee. Love Zach Johnson in the senior division, plus 130. And then Brooks just so far down here. Where is Reed? Okay. All right. That helps me feel better. All right. We'll talk a lot more later in the week. Let's look at the final card here. Not final. This is a card I have already. All right. Stop sharing. Outrights. Told you. Xander, Brooks, Akshay, Woodland, Reed, Goddard. Probably adding Knapp. We're foregoing a lot of favorites. I think there's a lot of value in the middle of the board. And selfishly, I do have, if Michigan wins, I have Scotty at 17-1. I know that's not available to give out and have other people bet. So that's why I'm not adding it here. First round leader, Knapp, Woodland, Sungjae. We'll look for a couple more. Man, it's so good to be here. So happy the Masters are back. It's going to be an incredible week. Let me know who you love so far early on in the week. We're going to talk all the props, prop markets, DFS ownership, final cards, and we're going to break it all down on Wednesday. Thank you. As always, love you. Bye.